Holy fucking shit, you are a dude. You are a classic example of why men hit women.
Oh my god, fuck you.
It's too good to be true, bro.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the latest edition of a little show called Blazed Infused, a show where Jamie and I get blazed the fuck up on a fire new marijuana offering flower, and then we infuse you with everything you would possibly want to know about that flower and a whole bunch of other shit. Welcome, everybody. I'm John, and this is
Jamie,
and we are back this week with a banger. Typically, I'm racist towards indicas. You know, not because
Strainist?
Yeah, I'm a strainist, you know. I'm really I like sativas, guys. I like sativas. This week we have one of the most infamous and sought-after indicas on the planet, the 90-10 dominant GMO cookie. Mm-hmm. So you can pretty much kiss our asses goodbye in terms of having any kind of an afternoon. Because once we smoke this shit, it's good night, baby.
We have time to take a nap. We have to have time to take a nap.
Absolutely. Don't make me pull that mic closer to you. All right, everybody. Here we go. If you got something to smoke, smoke along with us. Here we go with our first dive into GMO cookie. Oh my God. Is that the garlic bread I had last night for dinner, or is that the GMO cookie?
That's the GMO cookie.
You know, that's the strange thing about using a water pick. You ever used a water pick? A water pick is like it's like dental floss, but instead of using dental floss, it's water.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and when you use that water pick.
No, I've only been used at the dentist.
Well, let me tell you the great part about it. When you use it, you get shit out of your teeth that reminds you of a meal of like a week ago. You're like, oh my God, when did I have garlic bread? You're like, oh, that was last Thursday.
Isn't that what floss does?
Floss doesn't do anywhere near of a good a job as the water pick. But then again, the water pick, you know, it's like
a power washer for teeth.
Yeah, exactly. It's a power washer for your teeth. Let's bring up the stats, everybody, for GMO cookie. This GMO cookie strain that we're smoking right now is grown indoors, but it can be grown outdoors, but this just happens to be grown indoors. It is a 90% indica to 10% sativa, and it also has a THC level. Popular to contrary belief, this has been tested recently at 28 to 29%, not the 20 or 24 you see online. It's getting better. In terms, one thing I got to notice. GMO cookies also goes by another name, kind of like Lizzo also goes by shyness. I don't know. This one is also called garlic cookies. Okay, hence because it has a little bit of a garlic type of flavor to it.
I wonder if garlic butter is one of its parents.
It's not, but we will get to the parents soon. I think this parent might be Daryl. Anyways, the parents of this strain are ChemDog.
Good one.
Oh my God, one of the most sought-after strains on planet Earth, originated right here in the state of Massachusetts, and another banger, Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about fucking Tom Cruise and like Beyonce getting together. I mean, just two fucking powerful superstars from opposite ends of the spectrum. Two powerhouses got together and fucked. I mean, a lot of them do. Everybody in Hollywood's banging each other. Whether it's up the butt or in the vagina,
children. Or
they're fucking each other's ears at an Illuminati party. Everyone's having a good time, everybody in Hollywood. Why do you think I want to go?
No, thank you.
Yeah, well, you know, to each his own. Now you're going to wonder, how does this shit smell? It smells like coffee, garlic, fuel, herbally, pungent, and spice. Everyone get that through my incoherent rambling? In terms
coffee,
of
Coffee?
Yeah, coffee, yeah.
I guess.
In terms of the taste, it's also going to taste like coffee and garlic, along with feeling fruity, herbally, spicy, and sweet.
I feel like it's earthy.
Yeah, I think they got a little bit carried away on the adjectives here.
Good old all bud.
We love you all, bud. It's just sometimes it really shines through that you want to write for a high-end magazine describing desserts. What are the effects that this stuff is going to have on you when you guys smoke it, besides probably wanting to feel like you're going to die?
Yeah, or like eat everything in sight and melt into the couch.
Yes, absolutely.
Great.
I'm going to see if I can't fight that. I can't fight this feeling anymore. All right. The effects, everybody, is going to be a very strong sense of feeling euphoric. And let's face it, we could all use a little more euphoria. Yeah. We could all use a little more euphoria in our lives, along with feeling happy. Another thing we all need to do, relax.
Yeah, it's like a force field when
America
that shit kicks
needs
in.
to eat a cookie and fucking chill out. It's also going to make you sleepy and hungry and feeling uplifted.
Melty.
This is good. One of the number one traits I read about this strain is that I mean, dude, if you guys want fentanyl and you don't want to OD, smoke this shit. This is like the fentanyl of weed, dude.
Yeah.
Like, this is a natural painkiller that God just placed here on the planet. All you got to do is pick it, dry it, and smoke it. That's it. It'll also relieve depression, inflammation of any of your shit that's inflamed, rather than take an Advil, which, has got nanobotic robots in it. It's also going to cure asthma and, of course, stress.
My God.
Absolutely. Dude, already, I took one pretty powerful rip from my bong. I'm a lightweight, despite smoking for like 30 fucking years, and I hit it out of a newly clean bong, and I could already say, dude, like, I can feel the indica knocking over the head, but at the same time, I'm telling you, I don't think even the biggest weed expert like Willie Nelson or Snoop Dogg can tell if they're smoking a sativa or indica within the first 5 minutes. Would you say?
I don't know. There's some strains that you can tell. There are some that are so potent. Like
within 5 minutes.
Red Congolese, absolutely.
Okay. Well, Red Congolese is a strain, guys, that I've been hunting for 2 years. I had that shit like 3 years ago now.
At least.
And I have been hunting for it in any dispensary. A lot. There's been some random ones I've seen
that are
out near Boston,
yeah.
But they're carrying the S1 version of it, which is 100% indica. No. You want the higher THC 80-20 Red Congolese. If you can find that, that is the best sativa I have ever fucking had. By a landslide.
Yeah.
And I can't find it in this state, which is another reason why I'm going to leave Massachusetts one day. Yeah, just one of the many reasons. No, but it is beautiful here, guys. If you can, I don't know. The grass is always greener, right?
Right.
Home is
greener where you water it, man.
Home is where you fart at, right? Isn't that what you say? You can lead a fish to water, but you can't get it to fish.
Oh my God.
Something like that. All right, guys. I'm sorry,
guys.
I thought of a idea, Jamie, that could possibly save thousands of lives. You know how they got CPR dolls so people can practice?
I've used one, yeah.
Yeah. And then like in medical school, they have like not cadavers, but they use these high-tech robots that, that are really lifelike, that they can cut into and shit to perform surgery.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's quite incredible. Basically, what I want to create, guys, is a CPR doll for serial killers.
Well, why?
Yeah, no, guys, we give them a realistic type fucking doll, and, it's reusable. They can take a chainsaw to its face. They can rape it in the ass. They can pull its legs out, gouge its eyeballs, and skull fuck it. All they got to do the next day is put it back together, throw it in the fucking washing machine, and the next night it's all set to go.
They won't smell the fear.
Well,
that's what they're most looking for.
Leave it to you to rain on my parade.
That's why I'm here, isn't it?
Yo, fuck yeah. I thought I had a great idea, and then Jamie came along and was like, nah, bro. Just like usual. I compare you to like me walking around with a balloon as a kid, all fucking happy, and Jamie's the one that just comes up and just fucking goes, nope. No good time for you.
From freaking Despicable Me.
You don't think that's a good idea, though?
No. I don't think any of them will be interested in that. They're all about the chase and the fear and the torture. And an inanimate object isn't going to give them any of that. It's not going to meet any of those needs.
Well, I like the idea for a murder simulation doll for serial killers, dude. I mean, it keeps them busy at least, Maybe it's something that like they even use when they're locked up to kind of get it out of their system. You know what I'm saying? It's just a non-human, but really human, realistically, like android that they can just murder over and over again. It keeps them from doing it to humans.
And who's going to pay for this?
I don't know. The taxpayers. Look at the fucking bullshit that we're paying for. I heard that Fox News told people that, like, you know, they found Dodge was sending like $10 million to Guatemala so a bunch of puppets could have gay sex or some shit like that. What's going on, people? You know, I think somewhere in there's some truth, but I think it's getting kind of, you know, sensualized, you know, or over, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think they're paying for Muppets to have sex, but.
I would hope not.
Yeah, but I don't know. You know, either you love Elon or you hate him. I don't know much about him other than he's got a pretty good AI app. You know, I don't know about his cars or his politics, but I don't know. What the fuck do I know, guys? I'm just a fucking idiot, right? Jamie, I discovered a new designer drug.
Oh, yeah?
A new designer drug that I don't believe
Natural or
anyone's
synthetic?
ever fucking heard of before. It is called sleep deprivation.
That's legit. You start to hallucinate. You can't control your emotions. You know, do some crazy shit that you normally wouldn't do. Your mind's going crazy. All kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you know all about it. What do you think I know about it?
I think I
went through it Saturday night. I experienced it for the first time, guys. And literally, when I woke up the next day, if you can call it waking up, I tried to synthesize this fucking shit. I was like, how do we recreate this legally? Dude, let me tell you something. It felt like having the perfect wine buzz you've ever had. I'm talking the best wine buzz you've ever had out of a box wine Zinfandel. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those white trash perfect evenings. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I mean, but like none of the side effects that would literally come usually with alcohol. You're still super fucking chill. And then eventually you're going to start to have like visuals. You're going to literally see shit out of the corner of your eye moving. Okay?
Yeah.
And it gets to the point where you're like, maybe I'm not actually seeing shit. Maybe like my brain is opening to another dimension or another plane and I'm seeing shit move. Maybe there's shit moving all around us that we can't see because we don't really know how to see it.
Right.
So like that's the level I'm thinking. And then I'm looking at my fucking hands, bro. And I'm noticing the veins in them, and like all of a sudden, my hands literally, I didn't imagine this. This is what I saw. My hands started to turn into like almost like a creature or an alien's hands. That's how I was literally viewing my own hands, and I'm like, oh my fucking God. Okay. So yeah. I also was extremely happy. I was fucking punch drunk. I've never laughed so hard in my fucking life. It was an experience. Now, obviously, that's not healthy for you.
No,
you know,
especially if you're doing it all the time.
Yeah. However, that's why I wanted to try to recreate it. You know, we recreate all kinds of shit. You know, we simulate how much serotonin gets released in a person when they're taking antidepressant medication, right?
Yep.
So why couldn't we simulate somebody going into a state of sleep deprivation? I don't think it's not scientifically possible.
No, I would agree with you.
All right. Good. We're on the same page so far. So, Jamie, theoretical, rhetorical question, but what's with this on the spectrum bullshit? Can't we just go back to calling a kid retarded and move on?
No.
You know, back in the day, you were either normal or you were over in the corner eating crayons. Nowadays, you need a DSM-5 to say that Timmy's one step away from humping the furniture. Why are we always overcomplicating shit, guys? He's not a midget. He is vertically challenged. They're not the homeless. They're just the unhoused individuals. She's not a prostitute. She's a sex worker.
The fuck is the difference?
Listen, no matter how much makeup you put on a pig, it's still going to remain a pig. No matter how much powdered sugar you put on a turd, it's still going to remain a turd. The handicap, you know, this is what happens, dude, literally, when you put a hairy-legged white woman with a PhD and a thesaurus in charge of shit. The handicap then become the differently able. A drunk becomes a substance-dependent individual. A retarded kid becomes a neurodivergent. You gotta call a spade, guys, and quit overcomplicating shit,
you know
okay?
How many people are neurodivergent, though, with different diagnoses?
Dude, retarded is retarded, bro. You know?
Yeah.
Bunch of energy-conserving minimalists. Just another word for lazy fuck. Energy-conserving minimalist is...
That's a thing?
A lazy... Dude, this is how far we're going with trying to accept any sort of behavior, whether you agree with it or not. A lazy fuck is now an energy-conserving minimalist.
I've never heard that in my life. That's hilarious.
Yes. All right, so I think you can see where I'm going here. Have you ever heard of resting bitch face?
Of course.
That is the face you're making right now, and it is making me uncomfortable.
RBF?
Yeah. When we're doing a show, I don't know if that means everything's copacetic or you're about to take a knife and stab me.
I wish I had a knife.
Really? So you're not liking the direction?
No, it's fine.
Oh, it's, okay.
Trying to be funny.
Yeah, I can't get a read at it. Well, dude, because you're so overtly, I don't know. I don't think you allow yourself to be funny, and I hate how you keep glancing at my notes like you're trying to cheat off me. Dude, if I sat next to this one in fucking high school, dude, I would have ratted her out faster than a fucking mafia.
I didn't really cheat a lot in high school.
Okay, then why are you constantly trying to fucking peek at my notes like it's like, you know, I'm holding the holy grail here?
The time.
The time. Oh, okay. She's more concerned about time than the show, ladies and gentlemen. Fucking A. Listen. They ask the question a lot.
Who's they?
I'm just saying, oh my God. First, do you see what she does? I say they, and immediately before another word can come out, she wants a further explanation of they.
Yeah, because I want to conceptualize what you're about to say, so I need the facts.
Maybe you don't need to conceptualize, especially when you know me. You know? Isn't the less conceptualizing when you're around me, the better, considering... Okay, I don't know. Okay. People in general...
That's good.
Have been saying over generations to each other, why did the chicken cross the road? And what I'm trying to say is, who gives a fuck why the chicken crossed? Do any of us have time for this question anymore? And let me tell you something. It's a good thing that chicken wasn't crossing the road when I was driving by. Because I would have fucking railroaded it, and this whole argument would have been over centuries ago.
And then you would have ate it for dinner?
Abso-fucking-lutely. I would have deep-fried that thing. Just like the elite, you know, drink adrenochrome and eat deep-fried bald eagle. Yeah.
Mermaids.
Yeah, they have, no. Yeah, they have mermaid that's turned into sushi. That's
Literally.
the appetizer. And then for dinner, they have deep-fried bald eagle.
You haven't heard about this, have you?
Dude, okay.
Okay.
Evidently, you talked to Alex Jones recently.
I don't ever talk to him, but
yeah,
it's okay.
I know. Obviously, you don't. You really, yeah. Fucking.
Hey, you believe in adrenochrome? I don't understand why that's so far-fetched.
No, how about the concept of eating deep-fried bald eagle? I mean, can you fucking wrap your head around? I mean, okay. I mean, that's it. I mean, I don't know.
Is that a thing?
Deep-fried.
That was just like a funny reference on your part.
Fucking, I don't know. What are you all about, fact? What are you going to fact check me? Is that what you were?
No, but you're like pushing it. You're like deep fried, you know? Like,
yeah, I'm just trying to underline how crazy these people get, you know? As if adrenochrome wasn't crazy enough. Deep fried bald eagle, fucking...
Mermaids are even crazier.
Mermaid. Well, dude, mermaid might be fucking pretty good, you know?
Yeah, that's the word on the street.
Look at Daryl Hannah.
Right.
You're trying to say you wouldn't have wanted to been Tom Hanks in that movie? I did.
Yeah, most men did.
Fucking A. All right, listen to this. True story. True story, Jamie. A Florida man recently snuck an alligator into a nightclub, only for the gator to literally bite his ass.
Fucking retard.
This is not made up.
I believe it, because as soon as you said Florida man, you could have said anything after that, and I would have believed you.
This is, but dude, okay, you would think a state that crazy would legalize weed. They didn't pass it. And this was recent. I'm talking just months ago.
Is it decriminalized, though?
No.
It's not?
I didn't get that far into it. All I know is that they voted to have it recreationally legalized, like it's been here for like fucking 20 years, and they said no. And this is Florida, people. Florida. I mean, yeah, dude,
It's mind-blowing.
I don't get it.
Florida is very special, Joe.
Dude, yeah, dude, Florida is just another fucking planet, bro, and I just don't understand. I think those people just spent too much time in the sun listening to fucking, you know, a little bit too much of Jimmy Buffett with the too many drinks.
Wasting away again in Margaritaville. Searching for my...
I'm not saying everybody from Florida is bad, but I mean,
no,
Florida.
You know how many friends I have in Florida? Like freaking good friends, like awesome people.
Holy shit! Do you know how fucking baked I am?
Yeah, I was a little worried about that, if I'm going to be honest, knowing this was so heavy.
Oh boy, I mean, yeah, I'm holding on for dear life, bro.
Maybe.
I literally am. I am one step away from a panic attack. I am not used to indicas, but as long as you keep hitting it, it reminds me closely of a fucking sativa. However, the second I put this shit down for a bit, I know I'm gonna go right fucking down. All right, listen. So the Florida man who brought an alligator into the nightclub, he brought the alligator into the club to get laid, but the only thing that night that got laid was his ass on a gurney. Evidently, he brought the gator to impress people, but the only people impressed were the EMTs. He couldn't afford an alligator skin Prada bag, so he brought the next best thing, a live alligator.
Imagine trying to pick up a woman and being like, I'll make a purse out of this for you.
Absolutely. I don't know. Knowing Florida, that might impress some chicks.
Yeah, you never know.
Once again, this case proves that alligators aren't the best emotional support choice.
Could have told you that.
At least this dude thought ahead and brought a backup date. The guy ended up bringing the gator to the club to try to score, but he ended up losing. Score ended up being gator 1, human asshole 0.
Serves him right.
Guy
Dumbass.
brought an alligator to get some ass. Turns out the only ass this guy got was a buttload of stitches.
Yeah, you know what I hate too is they probably euthanized the gator like it did something wrong. Shit pisses me off. Humans are dumb.
This clown thought the gator would grant him VIP access to the club. Turns out the only VIP access he got was to the emergency room. Fucking idiot.
Yep.
Everybody's been losing their shit over the fact that 5G, thinking it's going to turn you into a UFO or some shit. But
No, it's going to cause brain cancer, though.
nobody is really investigating Operation Muppet Fuck.
What is that?
Oh, Operation Muppet Fuck is a complicated one. Okay, you want some proof? Look at Bert and Ernie. These two were more gay than Scott Thorson and fucking Liberace on a glitter-dusted disco ball. Yeah. You got to go back to the year 1969 when Sesame Street came out. All right? Bert and Ernie, they shared a bedroom. All right? That's not too gay. I don't think I've ever shared a bedroom with another man, but that wouldn't mean I would be gay. It's kind of homophobic.
Jumping the gun a little?
Jumping the gun a bit. They took a bath together. I would never take a bath with another man as a straight man. Maybe it's common as I don't know. But there was some evidence right there. Just think about two dudes taking a bath in real life. Unless they had their bathing suits on and they were just having a prank. I don't understand.
When's the last time you even took a bath as a grown-up?
How about the writer of Bert and Ernie was actually a gay man himself, and I think he
wrote,
that
true?
Yeah, a lot of his real life experiences behind Bert and Ernie. They fought like a married couple.
Yes.
They were inseparable.
Yep.
Right? They were over the top affectionate with one another.
Yep.
Making cookies together while whispering sweet nothings into each other's ears, frosting each other's cakes. Dude, it doesn't even stop there. I mean, Ernie's rubber ducky was actually a sex toy. When he's talking about rubber ducky, you're the one. Mm-hmm. He makes bath time a lot of fun. Well, fucking, he was sticking that thing straight up fucking Bert's ass.
He's pegging him with it?
Oh, fuck yeah. Absolutely.
I cannot.
You know that Bert is definitely the top, right?
Really?
Oh, I think Ernie's definitely the bottom.
See, I disagree.
No.
It's usually the more aggressive personality that's the bottom.
All right, smile for me.
This is stupid. This does not look good.
I know, but hey, sometimes we got to fake it, right? Yeah, there's no doubt about that. All right, there's other examples, dude. How about Oscar the Grouch, everybody? He was designed to normalize homelessness. They called him a grouch for living in a trash can, despite,
He was proud, though.
Being grouchy is a completely normal response, I would say, to living in a fucking trash can.
For sure.
But they made it seem like he was a grouch and an asshole for, putting up a fight about that. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was literally designed to, try to normalize homelessness because they knew it was a problem. They're like, hey, we're going to normalize it through a cartoon for the next generation and not give a fuck about homeless people.
I know the Grouch anthem.
And people, oh my God, you really think that could be a psyop? Yeah, I do. I mean, funnily, and, I don't know for sure, it's kind of my You know,
I want to know your take on Snuffleupagus.
dude, I think I had a take about Snuffleupagus. I think he was like literally a science experiment gone wrong. And they're like, shit, if one of these escapes our top secret labs, we need to like kind of normalize it so kids are already used to something that don't really make fucking sense.
Like a hairy elephant, like a woolly mammoth without tusks.
Yeah, you know, something that escaped the lab, dude. So people just, you know, won't...
Question it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, if you're a Sesame Street fan, watch the movie Follow That Bird. It's really, really good. No joke, no cap. I'm not lying. One of my favorites of all time.
Big Bird was actually designed to get people to stop eating chicken.
What?
Yeah. That's why, you know, everybody loved Big Bird, and then people are like, oh my God, Big Bird's a bird. Chicken's a bird. I'm not going to go to KFC tonight. That was a fucking problem, man. I'm telling you.
What about Grover?
Didn't get into Grover.
Elmo?
Cookie Monster was pushed to addict people to eating disorders.
Yeah.
Yeah, eating up those cookies. Yeah, let's have them for fucking breakfast. Yeah. I love how, you know, cookies for breakfast normally wouldn't be acceptable to most parents. However, if they put them in a cereal with some milk, all of a sudden it becomes okay.
Right.
You know,
Cookie Crisp, for example.
Great fucking thinking, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Cereal's the worst.
I've had a bowl and a quarter or a bowl and a third, and I'm
chilling already too, and I'm not even, look at how much, I didn't even, wow, I have a lot left to smoke.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm gonna smoke it. I am. I just don't want to be like,
Yeah, absolutely not. So listen, guys. Just because I have a problem taking a piss next to a dude at a urinal who's staring at my dick, just because I have a problem taking a pee next to a guy, that's technically in this state called pee shyness. I do suffer from it, and as a result, I can get now a handicap plate.
Listen.
I am absolutely nowhere near what I would consider to be handy capable, but because I can't pee next to a dude at a truck stop, evidently I can get a hand. This is just one of the problems that I have a problem with. I could take advantage of it like a lot of people take advantage of the system, and some people say if it's there to take and be advantage of, go ahead. I, however, am not going to do it. Do I want front row parking? Absolutely. There's a lot of advantage, you know, dude.
Whoever made pee shyness a diagnosis is just as bad as the hairy-legged white woman that put all those things in the DSM.
Well, I think you need to be a little bit more compassionate.
No, I don't.
Well, I'm going to take the side of the pee shyness guy because I've actually gone through this.
Yes, but you can't take the side of an autistic person when there's hundreds of thousands of them as opposed to this bullshit diagnosis.
I'm just trying to say, man, life's getting so complicated. You literally need a DSM-5 to figure out why Timmy's humping the couch, is what I'm saying. Like, it used to be you were normal or you were a little, you were a couple fucking sandwiches short of a picnic. You know, you get the kid in the, you know, give the kid some Ritalin.
But there's no such thing as normal, so take that out of your head.
Okay, okay, yeah, we're all, okay, I'm sorry. We're okay.
We're individuals.
I know. So such unprogressive thinking on my part. What a fucking asshole.
Yeah, just kill yourself.
Yeah, my God. Key scratch my car.
Key scratch.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah, of course. Once in a while I am, huh?
Yeah, every so often.
Yeah, every so often. But yeah, no, but I'm saying, dude, pee shyness is a real thing. Imagine you being incapable of peeing pretty much outside of your house, unless you could find a private place that even had some white noise to it, like you had to turn on the faucet as well. That's how bad it used to get for me. But I overcame it because it's not a physical problem. It's more of a mental problem.
It's all mental.
It's a mental block. And now that I know how to control my mind and my emotions more, I'm able to fight through it. I don't really have it anymore. But I used to have it hardcore, and it used to be a serious fucking problem. To have a handicap plate, I don't know how that's going to help you.
Did you get bladder infections a lot?
No.
That's good.
That
could definitely happen.
Yeah. But holy shit. Thanks for checking on me, though.
Yeah, anytime.
I definitely appreciate it. All right, Jamie. Have you ever heard of no, I'm saying that absolutely fucking about as incorrect as you can say it. Holy shit, here it comes. Here comes the Indica. Holy shit, everybody. All right.
All dressed in GMO.
Yeah. Scrotal elephantiasis.
Oh my God. This is not a thing.
This is a real thing. Dude,
Oh God.
it turns your scrotal sac into a gigantic beanbag.
Wait, are these like, I've seen a picture of like a guy like sitting on his balls like a beanbag. That's how big they were. That's how enlarged they were.
Yeah.
Engorged, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So you think your life's rough? I mean, come on. You know, imagine.
Wouldn't you just want to cut him off at that point?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough go of it. But they say some women are attracted to that kind of shit. They like big balls, and not some big fucking balls.
Yo.
Bigger balls and all that, you know.
I don't think. Yeah, I think that's inhibiting big balls.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's always a way.
I've got the biggest balls of them all. What song is that?
Yeah, I don't think he was actually talking about his balls. I think it was just a play on words talking about an actual ball, like a dance, like some kind of fucking gala.
Yeah, you're probably right.
A forma. All right, that's for men. How about you ladies out there?
I don't even want to know, but go ahead, lay it on me.
There is something that basically can make your ovary look like a lady on meth, combined with just like a couple teeth left in the mouth. No, seriously. You'll start having like other body parts grow out of your ovary.
Ew.
Yeah. It might look like a white chick in Tennessee.
Is that like one of those tumors that's composed of like hair and teeth and shit?
It indeed is.
Ugh.
Absolutely.
Ugh.
It is called a ovarian teratoma. And that sounds like some nasty shit.
Sounds like an unborn child that got all fucked up.
Yeah. It's like one of those like kids that was like not really, it was like mixed together, like two twins, and one got everything and one got like 20%, and like an eyeball comes out of your eye. It's like Quado from fucking Total Recall. Quaid.
Damn.
Free your mind.
And the rest will follow.
Yeah, that's not how it goes.
Be colorblind. Don't be so shallow.
How about this one, bro?
Bro.
You don't like that one?
Little bro.
Little bro? Bro? Come on, bro.
I live with a teenager. Forgive me.
Come on, bro. Mayer-Rokitansky-Kuster-Hauser syndrome, everybody.
What?
How about that one? Mayer-Rokitansky-Kuster-Hauser syndrome. It is basically a shallow vagina.
Why does it have to be such a big-ass word?
I don't know.
Nobody would ever remember that.
Dude, you know, all the
When you
problem.
say shallow, like half the depth as usual? Like, what are we talking here?
Externally, apparently, it looks normal, but inside, it's like a cave that, like, collapsed.
So it doesn't lead to a cervix?
No, man, it's like short, bro. It's like you can't stick your whole shit in there. It's going to be a problem for the men.
Can that person have babies?
Which is the most important part of the story, how it's going to affect the guy.
Yeah, fuck you. Can that person with that syndrome have children?
I didn't put that in my notes.
Of course you didn't.
No sex until it's like an inch or two deep cooter.
Micro penises.
Yeah. I think that would kind of fit. You know, that would be like a match made in heaven. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's hope.
Yeah.
Aw, that warms my heart, John.
It does?
Yeah.
Welcome. Yeah, so I told a heartwarming story, huh?
Yes, that was very heartwarming. It gives me hope.
What a good time. What a good time. Even though that was unintentional.
Intentional?
Yeah.
You can't say any words correctly. This is hilarious.
Yeah, I'll fucking take it, bro. I'll fucking take it. It's a win for the team. It's a win for the team.
Yo.
So people used to get dogs to like bark at burglars and shit.
Burglars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you gotta bring it on a plane with you because your Tinder date fucking ghosted you.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean, like an emotional support animal?
That's what I'm saying. People are once again bending the system. There are truly fucking people out there that really do benefit from the comfort of having an emotional support animal.
Yeah, I would say that's everybody. It's just that it's not.
That's exactly my point.
Warranted.
Wouldn't we all? If I had one of the coolest, best trained dogs on the planet that was just there to fucking worship me as if I'm like God, sign me the fuck up.
Right.
I guarantee you would see my vitals and everything else increase.
Yeah, and your serotonin levels, like everything.
Yeah, but however, I'm not trying to fucking diss anyone who uses them. I guarantee you it helps them. I'm saying that there are people out there that are taking advantage of the system, I believe.
It doesn't bother me.
If you want to call it that. But nowadays, everything and everybody is calling their emotional support animal or just their home animal. Even if they own like a fucking giant...
A hamster?
No. You ever seen a giant king cobra?
Oh, yes.
It is the largest venomous snake in the world. When this thing stands up, it's taller than you are.
Yep.
And it's got a thick ass like anaconda body.
And a cobra head.
Holy fucking shit. And people in Florida own these as pets.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And if they can take them as an emotional support animal on a plane, I think we got a problem.
I don't think I've ever seen an emotional support snake.
Yeah. Maybe snakes on a plane was just a precursor to what they knew was going to eventually happen.
Hey, meet my emotional support shark. I just, keep him in this little tank over here, and it's fine.
Yeah. It's too bad we can't keep a great white shark in captivity.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah. It's kind of obvious why we can't, but they continue to try.
That's because humans are fucking idiots, and they're selfish, and they're assholes.
Well, how much of an idiot we are, Jamie? I don't know about you, but over the years, when it comes to a certain drug that is way more recreational than people think it is, I've seen people do some of the craziest, disgustingest shit on earth.
For
Maybe
the drug,
you
to
have
get the drug?
too. No, just to use the drug. Maybe you can.
What drug is it? I've seen some gross shit, I guess.
Dude, I have seen...
Like taking rails off the top of the toilet?
I have seen dudes literally snort an unknown substance that they don't know what's in it or where it came from off the top of a dirty urinal with a dirty rolled up dollar bill stuck up their nose.
And you know how dirty money is, right? It's like the dirtiest thing ever next to like the bathroom.
Go out and do some cocaine, bro. Are you fucking kidding? Do you see how many red flags there are in that fucking statement? I mean, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
You want to contract like some like flesh-eating bacteria, I'd say it's a good move.
Dude,
Cool.
I have seen people do cocaine off the top of a urinal that was so fucking
That's
old.
so gross.
The
Like,
last
that
person
grosses
to
me out so bad.
the last person to piss there was Jesus himself.
Ugh, ugh, ugh.
And you're gonna do a line off it
Nope.
by sticking a dirty bill in. Dude, this is the lengths that people go to do simple shit like coke. And it's everywhere. There's high school kids doing it. Dude, I just saw like an 80-year-old the other night online. No lie, that was smoking fucking meth.
Damn.
80 years old. And she seemed like your normal fucking grandma. You know?
Damn.
Yeah. I even saw a raccoon.
Smoking meth?
Yeah, there was a raccoon recently that had a crack pipe in its mouth. No fucking
Was
lie.
it smoking it though, or did it just
Dude.
find it?
I don't think the officer could really fucking distinguishiate the fact that the fact that the raccoon was fucking smoking this shit or not. But let me tell you something. It had it in its mouth.
Okay.
And unless it was breathing through its nose, it was taking a hit of crack, bro.
It might be getting that little bit of after that.
Yeah,
was like,
so you could arguably say that there was a raccoon that was literally hitting a crack pipe. Once again, I believe this was in Florida, okay?
Of course it was in Florida.
Now, these are the same kind of people that are taking these lines off of like the toilet seat in like a nightclub that want you to wear a mask,
Gross.
right? Wear a mask and take all fucking 22 Fauci ouchies, but don't worry about doing cocaine off a kitchen floor.
Yeah, no.
This is what I'm saying, dude. Okay?
Get it together, folks.
Here's other places that I've seen or heard of people actually doing it, and this is commonplace. This isn't the one-time thing. Literally, strip club, all surfaces in the bathroom that you can possibly think of.
Oh, don't forget ass cracks.
Yeah, bar counters. Porta potties at music festivals. The back seat of a taxi where you put your butt. Public bathroom sink, like the corner of it.
No.
That has like a somewhat flat surface on it. Sometimes they get their straw out of a dumpster. Like a used like McDonald's cup with a straw still in it.
Ugh.
Some have even been known to use a used tampon.
Okay,
like the
all
hollowed
right.
out applicator part.
That's quite enough.
How about a hollowed out chicken bone?
Who?
How about a hollowed out chicken bone? Yeah, true story. Absolutely fucking true story. How about this? Do you remember back in the day, people used to purposely grow their pinky fingernail long?
For sure.
To act as a Coke spoon to bump in? How fucking nasty is that?
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Are you fucking kidding me? Some people have even...
At least it's your own germs with that, though, for the most part. I mean, within reason, it's got to be better than the fucking toilet
If people are snorting lines off of toilet bowl urinals, which I've literally seen with my own eyes, there's no fucking way people aren't doing the other.
Right.
All right? Now, listen to this. You want to know how extreme some people go to just with cocaine, which is more widely available than fucking eggs right now in your area, okay? Some people have tried injecting cocaine directly into their dick.
Shut the They must not like their dick.
So, as if injecting something isn't hardcore enough, they're doing it directly into their dick.
What did that do for them?
All right. Would you rather somebody inject it into the dick or snort it off a urinal? Dr. G?
Clean needle?
All right.
Clean unused needle? Yes? No?
I don't know.
Dude, I don't fucking...
Yeah.
I can't even conceptualize any of this.
Crazy. Fucking crazy, but interesting. As far as I'm concerned as a producer, I don't know about you guys, but it's definitely interesting. Jamie, these days when you fuck with somebody, I believe they call it shaming. Do you think that's the accurate...
That's a form of it. That's a form of it, yeah.
Okay. Do you think it's okay to shame people who, quote unquote, deserve it?
Within reason?
Yeah.
You can't shame people that deserve it, though. It's a contradiction in of itself. I'll give you a perfect example of pedophiles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You want to shame a pedophile, but everything you say to them, it doesn't shame them. They don't feel bad. So it's kind of a catch-22.
Yeah, okay. It's not so much about us making them wanting to feel bad. It's more like wanting them to fucking feel the same kind of level of frustration that we do. Something you can do to really assure them that they get pissed off and they get punished for not doing what you needed them to do, or what any normal human might do.
I believe in a taste of your own medicine, or an eye for an eye, if that's what you're saying.
Yeah. What drives me most lately crazy when we're driving through our metro, it's literally turned into a metro fucking area. It's fucking pretty unbelievable compared to when we grew up. But fucking when we're driving through there, dude, the amount of people that like will not let you go.
Yeah.
Even though traffic's going like 5, I'm just, dude, spare 5 seconds of your life, bro, and please let me fucking, come the fuck
completely agree
on, bro. So here's what I do. I need to fucking make you feel the same level of frustration that I feel that your ass ain't letting me out. So here's what I do. I sarcastically go like, I'm like, yeah, buddy, thank you. You're fucking good job. Way to fucking keep up the division in America. You know, way to fucking keep in line with being an asshole to your fellow fucking... good job. And that gets them more riled up than anything. The next best thing I like to do is give the head shake of disgust.
Yeah, like...
Yeah. So fucking disappointed in you as a human fucking being, bro, that I cannot believe they gave you a license to fucking drive.
Right.
I am just fucking appalled by it. I'm just like, and people seem to really not like that one. But if you want to escalate it to the point where you could get shot in the face, all you got to do is lay on your horn. The horn.
I do that though.
Oh, dude, the
Sorry,
horn.
I'm not
really
afraid to use my horn if you're driving like a.
Well, just be
idiot.
prepared to have a gun pulled on you one day.
I got one too, so
all right.
pull up.
Well, there you go. Maybe that's too much information, but maybe it's not. You know, it's not like she's Pablo Escobar. I'm sure she has a legal license for it, everybody. So don't fucking worry about it.
Damn right.
So, yeah. Next time you feel the need to, you know, show somebody that they were an asshole, you just got to be like, yeah, buddy. I think whatever you're doing in life that's making you drive like a fucking maniac is fucking just keep it up. Keep it up. Keep up the stereotype. You're doing a great job.
At least it gives us, stuff to talk about.
Yeah. Jamie, I like to write down random thoughts I have when I'm high. And I've always thought this. You know how they call them Bilderberg meetings? You know, the Bilderberg group. The group that gets together and fucking hatches a plan to end the world. They're called the Bilderberg meetings, right?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I never heard that before.
Yeah. I think they have the meetings at Build-A-Bear.
Why?
You get it? Build a berg, build
I get
a
it,
bear.
but why? What's the correlation?
I don't know. Why can't you see a bunch of people like Bill Gates and, Bezos, those kind of people, the elite, when they're twisting their mustache and coming up with the next pandemic? Why can't you see these people, possibly at Build-A-Bear after hours putting together a bear? Even psychopaths like to put together bears. I'm just saying maybe that's how they even thought of the name of their group in the fucking first place.
Maybe.
They used to meet at Build-A-Bear. They didn't have a name, and they're like, Build-A-Bear. Your name is Bill, and my name starts with a burr, and your name ends with erg. Build-A-Bear. Build-A-Bear. We're going to call ourselves the Build-A-Berg meetings instead of the Illuminati. That's fucking...
They lack originality.
Yeah. What do you think about that concept, buddy? Do you think that was just a fever dream while I was sleep deprived, or could I be onto something?
I think it's a 50-50 shot for either.
Hey, when it comes from this one, even if it's 50-50, I will take those odds.
As a W.
Oh, my fuck. That is an absolute fucking W. All right. This is a topic I've been meaning to talk to you for a week about, but, you and I don't know what you've been doing. You've been ascending, and I've been fucking drowning, and you've been like, fuck you. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's how it's been.
I'm being a fucking facetious as always. Ladies and gentlemen, I've never thrown my hat into the ring when we're talking about abortion because I'm not a woman.
Right.
It's not my place as far as I'm concerned. I don't know what
Even
that
if the
experience.
child was yours?
What's that?
Even if the child was yours, that's up for abortion?
Okay, I've never thought about that. But I did want to talk about a state like Texas.
Don't get me started.
Just as an example. Okay, I'm thinking of moving to Texas, and then I found this out, and I'm like, what? This exists? All right, if your brother somehow sexually violates you, your own brother,
or father,
and you get pregnant, they want you to keep that baby to term.
Yep.
So, you can't abort.
So they're promoting incest. Cool.
Yeah. Somebody on 6th Street in Austin, Texas, who's got AIDS, reaches out and rapes you. You got to keep that baby.
That's so fucked.
So that's what you can't do. However, if you want to buy a flamethrower, you can go down the street and get one without even having an ID.
I mean, at least Texas is a stand your ground state, right? You can have weapons.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've always thought of abortion as like a married couple that might have accidentally got pregnant too young and thought they couldn't raise the child right. Like, that was always the case. That's how fucking naive I was, because it wasn't even my place, dude, because I'm a dude. And I've never been put in that situation where it was my child. I don't know how to feel about that. But do you think about somebody who's been raped, whether it be by incest or not, I mean, that just seems a little bit too extreme, even for my fucking ass. And it's just like, holy shit.
And you're not even considering the fact that the person who got raped could be 8, could be 10, and they're expected to carry that baby to term.
Yeah, even if the mother's life is in jeopardy.
2 women have lost their lives in the past year in Texas for this.
They side with the baby over the mother, even if it came from rape. And I don't know how YouTube's going to like that.
I don't give a fuck. Let's face facts.
So, dude, I am not evangelical this is just coming from a complete place of common sense.
Right.
Nothing. Whoa, thank you to everything that is thank you, that I did not spill that fucking bowl, because that would have went all over my keyboard, and I would have fucking freaked out worse than a white woman in Starbucks.
They got their order wrong.
I would have not, dude, I would have asked for the CEO. Show up now. I would have freaked the fuck out. But it's crazy, dude. You know, but it's really no wonder why these states refuse to give up on even incest babies. They would have half the population size they do now.
You know that in like 32 states, it's actually still legal to give away your 12-year-old daughter to someone for marriage? Like, we think we're holier than thou, but we're fucking not.
Okay.
Trust me.
Okay. Well, 12 is the new fucking 20, bro. When I was 12, she looked like she was 8. Nowadays, 12 years old look like they are 20.
Yes, you know what?
Because that's, I know, because fucking there's shit in the water and in the food.
No, that's not what I'm going to say. Not what I'm going to say at all. Interestingly enough, the kids that are in middle school and high school are not even close. They're a bunch of prudes. When we were in middle school and high school, we were way more sexually active.
You're using that
the
as the
today.
one school that you know of as an example.
Yes, that's true.
You can't account that for all of America.
True, but there's got to be more. It's got to be more than just a town.
Dude, I would think kids would be so much more into it because
I would
widely
too.
accessible like porn is and
but
just
I think that they supplement
else.
with that and then they don't know the real shit and then like John, it's crazy. I'm telling you, like 80 to 90% of kids in middle school in this particular town are complete and total prudes and know nothing about it.
Yeah, I gotta say there's somebody that I'm not even gonna go there. Anyways, people do seem to be late bloomers compared to when I was younger, you know.
For sure.
I lost my virginity just after turning 16 and I
Me
had
too.
experienced plenty in my 15s and even in my 14s, so and I don't think that was any, you know, I think that was the national average. It seems to be going up, and that's just, I mean, I don't know.
It's crazy. It's crazy to me.
You know, you don't need to have sex. There's other things you can do with each other besides that feel really good, and you can, you know, especially when you're in love and you're being safe, you know, there's other things, you know, heavy petting.
Heavy petting.
You know, heavy petting is, you know, a makeout session is always a
dry
good time.
humping.
Dry humping, yeah. Even if you bust in your pants, I mean, hey, that's what the washing machine's for.
Exactly.
Mom knows what it means when your underwear is fucking as stiff as a surfboard. You know, she'll be proud of you. Don't worry about it, you know?
For not getting your girlfriend pregnant.
Abso-fucking-lutely. So, I mean, there's
Can't
plenty.
get your pants pregnant.
You know, and an HJ's always a good time. You know, a BJ, you know, when you go, go
that's the
down.
thing. In middle school, or in high school, I should say, not middle school, that only the guys are receiving the oral sex. Women don't even get any oral sex until much later in life, which is a whole other issue.
All right. I'm doing something in my head, but not telling you what I'm doing. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you remember that famous 311 song? I mean, like their biggest song they ever fucking... Yeah. Do you know what that song is about?
Someone told me there was it's funny. I can't remember. It's about something like ridiculous. Just tell me. I don't know. I can't remember.
It's about going down on a girl.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. I pre-bet myself that you would have immediately knew the answer to that question.
No.
You're like the Cliff Clavin of ladies.
What does that mean?
I don't know. You know a lot of shit about a lot of shit, except you don't deliver mail. And he had balls and a dick, and I'm pretty sure you don't. However,
he's pretty sure.
Dude, I've never fucking verified it. You know, I'm just taking Twitter's word for it.
That's funny.
Absolutely. Anyways, guys, the weed is definitely, because I've backed up off it and sit my cup down. Heavy indica and being sleep deprived. Holy shit, I'm fucked up now, but there ain't no stopping. I'm still dropping.
Yeah, keep it up.
Dre's got some bitches from the city of Compton not to serve me up with a cherry on top, because when I come to bust, I come to something like that. Yeah,
I will not stop.
Yeah. All right. Enough cultural appropriation.
Unbelievable.
Jamie, a problem all people have, and believe it or not, this does not go away when you get older. At sometimes the worst times, for absolutely no fucking reason that makes any goddamn sense, all of a sudden as a man, you will start to go from, let's say,
hopefully it's not that dramatic.
6 to midnight. you start to become aroused down there for absolutely no fucking reason whatsoever.
Happens a lot as a teenager.
Yeah, absolutely. It has to do with changing hormone, but that does not go away when you get older. So I'm wondering, as a lady, what would you do about it? What would you do about it if you had, because we all wear fairly tight clothes nowadays, considering the styles and shit like that. What happens? Everybody can see the outline of everybody's dick like it's a Jackson Pollock painting.
Great sweatpants season.
Yeah, so when you do start to get aroused at inopportune times, if you were a dude, what would you do about it?
Depends on where I was and what I was doing. I mean, obviously, if there was any kids around at all, I'd try to hide it because that just makes you weird, right?
Yeah, how do you hide something that's arguably 6-7 inches long?
I would hold like a grocery bag in front of it, or like, I don't know.
Yeah, everybody's got a grocery bag just hanging out, I mean, fucking,
tuck it between your legs?
Between my, what do you think, I'm fucking Buffalo Bill, bro? Oh my God! Yeah, I can't. Yeah, you can't tuck a.
I know someone that has to tuck it in their waistband.
Yeah. Well, it's called the tuck and roll. That is always the go-to move for a guy, the tuck and roll. You got to tuck it underneath your waistband, even if it's just a pair of mesh shorts you're wearing or a bathing suit. You got to do the tuck and roll. That's literally the only thing that you can do. Good job. Good job.
I got one right.
Yeah. Sometimes you,
surprise you.
Abso-fucking-smurfly. So, that's literally what you just did. I love you though, but you just went. Yeah, absolutely. Do you remember a segment we used to do quite a bit, and I haven't done it in a while?
What, Dear Diary?
Yeah.
Just come up with something funny.
Dude, it's not... everything is subjective, is it not?
Okay, yeah, let me rephrase that. You're right.
Okay,
you're right,
thank you.
Right.
You and you fuck... This is the kind of shit I'm talking about. You and your negative-ass Jimmy fucking...
Listen, can I finish?
Fucking vibes here, dude.
You know
just
what your
keep
best
it light.
Dear Diary segment was that you've done so far? You're not going to expect.
Here we go.
What?
Dude, honest to God.
What do you think I'm going to pick?
Of
everything you've done.
You being a comedy expert is like a clan member
I'm not a comedy expert.
BET award.
Listen, I can only speak for myself, okay?
Okay.
I still think Cool as a Cucumber was the best one.
Oh my, of course you would, because that one's fucking fit for a fucking 8-year-old. What did your daughter see? And that was funny, mommy.
No, it's just like, it's an introspective question.
Okay. Well, here's something else that went into my diary recently that I've forgotten where it is. Okay. Yeah, this is what weed does to you, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to operate heavy machinery or have any kind of a serious job, you might want to not have this strain while you're trying to do it. That's all I'm saying. Like, you know how medication warns you that you shouldn't operate heavy machinery? Yeah, I would say this would be one of those strains that you should not operate heavy machinery.
Your head feels heavy and I can feel it. You ever get right in the back of your eyes and my eyes just feel like... Bleh.
All right. Here we go. And dude, I'm literally going to be at that fucking age where I'm going to need to have bifocals.
Really?
I already wear glasses for night and especially driving because I can see. I used to be able to see good close up, but not far away. Now it's becoming like both is getting fucked. Like this is blurry.
You got to start sun gazing.
Yeah, this
sunset
is literally
and sunrise.
What?
Start sun gazing at sunset and sunrise for half an hour. You'll correct your vision. You needed to decompress from that? Was that a lot for you?
Dude, how is staring at a sunset and a sunrise going to correct my fucking vision?
It does.
Wow. Really? Mm-hmm. You're saying I should believe in that like I believe in the existence of Bigfoot?
I don't know. I think you should look into the science behind it and make an informed decision and not be so obtuse.
Obtuse?
Yes.
What are we on? The first time I ever heard obtuse is when...
you were learning about triangles?
No, it was in that movie, The Shawshank Redemption.
I love The Shawshank Redemption.
Andy calls that dickhead warden obtuse.
Oh, yeah, that's
that was
right.
the first time, and I kind of get the context of what it means, but it's the first time I ever heard it.
Well,
Was when that movie came out. All right, here it goes, guys, with my declining vision and all, like any fucking man who's getting old. All right. Dear Diary, the temptations have become too much for me to handle. Everywhere I look, I can't unsee them. They're everywhere. My hands shake at the urge to give in to them, and my sanity is thinner than a stripper's G-string. I beg and plead for you to please help me. Help me overcome these temptations before it's too late. Please help me to stop hearing my girl, my girl, my girl every time I see my girl, because I ain't too proud to beg for some relief and peace from all these temptations that are tempting me.
I'm befuddled.
Yeah. Let me remind you, in case the pod has blocked your ability to think, as my co-host, it's your job to respond.
Yeah, I'm befuddled. Like, that was ridiculous, and I don't know what it means.
The temptations are starting to get to me.
Temptations of what? What temptations? You didn't specify anything.
Really, bro?
What are you tempted to do?
Seriously? See? Your brain definitely operates on a different level.
You're talking about the musical group Temptations?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm really fucking stoned right now.
Yeah, but can you see that people just have like this, like, I don't know what it is. And she's driving a car later. And, you know,
I'm fine. My autopilot is top tier.
yeah. Yeah, your
Top
auto fucking
tier.
pilot. That's another fucking thing. One of these days, the Chinese are going to autopilot all of us off a fucking cliff. Yeah, anyways, everybody. Dude, it really frightens me if we ever go to war with China. I can't fucking stand that because I love Chinese food. Every fucking Chinese food owner and worker I've ever fucking met have been some of the sweetest goddamn people you will ever fucking... And these people want to go to war with us, bro? Dude, what is going to happen to all the teriyaki beef that I love and the pork fried rice and the chicken fingers?
And your spare ribs.
No, I don't really... No, scallion pancakes. That's my shit.
I like me some dumplings.
Come on, bro. We don't need to go to war with China. That is some fucking bullshit. It really...
You hear my stomach? What the fuck?
I think that's more me than you.
Oh, really? Because my stomach is making some noise. Like, I haven't eaten yet today.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the strain once again is called...
GMO cookies.
GMO cookies. The parent. Fucking...
Chemdog
combined with Girl Scout cookie. Dude, two legendary strains formed
Phenomenal
this
strains.
legendary strain. If you are looking for something that is pain-killing as fuck... And is this going to make you happy, relaxed, and just feeling like a
Melty?
million fucking dollars? And it's a plant.
It is a plant.
It's
Or was. It's
It
not
hasn't been
anymore.
produced by a company that put fucking some kind of fucking dark fucking shit. Dude, nothing.
Nope.
That's why this was illegal for so long. But you know, it's not because it was bad. It's because they tried, dude.
Just watch Weed the People on Netflix. Just watch that documentary. It'll tell you a lot about what you need to know.
We the people.
Weed the People. Highly recommended.
403 slaves ago, my forefather. No, dude. You know what I fucking love? Who's the dude that put in the fucking, what is it? The first, no, not the amendment. The Constitution, one of those
10 Commandments?
No, the fucking Constitution, or like, you know, whatever.
Oh, the Declaration of Independence.
No, holy fucking shit, you are a dude. You are a classic example of why men hit women.
Oh my God, fuck you.
No, but anyways, what was my thought?
I don't know.
No, come on.
Get it out.
Don't even.
No, because if I talk, you're gonna say I deserve to be hit.
No,
so
come on.
What?
What was it that we were just talking about?
The Constitution?
Oh yeah, there was a dude that we were taught was a swell guy in high school. Another one that, like, in the Constitution.
Swell guy.
Yeah, no, he's the one that said all men are created equal.
Thomas Jefferson?
Yeah. He was like, all men are created. This is why
Except black ones and ones that don't look like me, yeah.
That's literally why people reference that, because he wrote that shit while he had slaves in his fucking backyard.
Oh, he had a lot of slaves, and he knocked up a lot of his slaves. He had a lot of kids with slave women.
That's right.
Because, all men are created equal.
This is why I
fucking fuck.
This is why I love white women, because back in those days, they would want to, if they wanted to hook up with a black dude, they would sneak off and fucking do it. But if they ever got caught, they'd be like, it wasn't consensual. It wasn't consensual.
Oh my God. Fucking pieces of shit.
Yeah, that's what you guys did. There you what, and it's always the toxic guys out there, right? You ladies had nothing to do with it, right? Holy fucking shit.
Right.
All right. But anyways, dude, seriously. None of this is preachy or meant to be. It's a completely satire. Having a good time. Nobody take anything that we're doing fucking seriously.
Please
other
don't.
than telling you that GMO cookies is the fucking bomb.
Yep.
So you should go out and get yourself some of that right fucking now.
Highly recommended.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm John.
I'm Jamie.
And this has been another episode of Blazed Infused. Please hit the like button and then hit the subscribe button. And then make sure reminders is turned on. That way you're notified when episodes come out. Yeah, definitely share it and definitely comment. And please make sure the comment is kind.
Ish.
I didn't like people saying that, like, I don't like comedy and this guy's a classic example. I mean, that's how I took it.
Nobody said that.
No, hey, that's, there you go. That's the way I see the world, baby. You got to accept me the way I am.
He is a tool sometimes.
Yeah, I am a Tool. Speaking of Tool, I love Tool.
Me too.
Another great band.
Love it.
Tool's a great band. Speaking of, anyways, here we go. I'm John. She's Jamie. You know the name of the show. Thanks, everybody. Go out and smoke some GMO cookie. You won't regret it. Thanks again, everybody. We will see you next week. Until then,
take care, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you.
I saw your face displayed upon a crescent moon that wavers up and down depending how the petals bloom. Doomed, always destitute, fused through infected roots, searching for a message but there's nowhere left to exit to. Heart full of vestibule scars, show I'm resolute. Why seek a resolution? Narcosis, heaven sent. Heart grows beneath my feet, dark grows infested.